Well, I'm telling you, Dan, this is our, what's this casting?
Number 10.
Number 10.
Casting for Unity, number 10.
Number 10. So, anyway, welcome. Today is going to be a tough one, I believe. We discussed this a little bit beforehand, and we'll talk about a problem that we see and an obstacle in solving the problem. One of the problem we're going to talk about is there's still significant racism, although that many of us white folks, we don't really want to recognize. I'm certainly I was that way, and I'll give you a couple of examples. Some of the members of our group that are black will say a day doesn't go by without someone in some manner letting them know that they're black. We had an incident where a guy who was a head coach at a local community college went to a tournament to support another one of the coaches in a different sport at this tournament, and he was the only black person in the stands. A white person comes up to him and said, "What team bus did you drive here?" Okay, well, see, sort of like know that he wasn't a bus driver, he was one of the coaches. And then another situation, going to a significantly large, predominantly white church in town. Our group visited, and we were the only group that had any blacks in it, so we sort of stuck out like a sore thumb. And for the hierarchy of the church, sort of ignored us, I would think. And but worse yet, there was one of the members who was sitting in front of our group, got up and turned around and spoke to one of the black ladies who was in our group and said, "Gee, I certainly hope you plan on behaving yourself." Well, the lady, our friend, took that with a good sense of humor, and she says, "Yeah, I plan on behaving myself, but you need to watch this guy." And she pointed to her husband. Anyway, I think you would agree with me that all these people shouldn't have to endure that type of thing. I know my family doesn't have to endure that type of thing, and you really should not have to endure that thing. But Dan and I, or a couple of white folks, telling you this is not going to be an obstacle. Is going to be an obstacle because I'm afraid you're going to prejudge us. As if someone were lecturing, some white person was lecturing me on race, my automatic tendency would be to think this person is some type of left-wing quackadoodle. And there are left-wing quackadoodles. And we went to our group to support, one of the members of our group went to, several of us brought our wives and went to an SCLC banquet last year. And we were the only, our group, which had black and white in it, we were the only white group except for one other guy, and he had a ponytail. I don't know what that tells you. You know, Dan and I don't have a ponytail.
In fact, have hair for a ponytail.
I know, I don't either. I don't know, but the thing is that's really not who we are. I've engineer by trade. I've worked in manufacturing, and played around the Navy, and I'm just a regular old kick in the teeth, probably somewhat conservative guy, and Dan is the same way, and so we don't want us to be an obstacle. We'd like for you to believe us.
Can I to support what John's saying? Because prior to our experience with this group, we would have reacted exactly the way that John fears that you might react when we come with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it, but at the same time, I didn't get it.
Yeah. And the bottom line is, it's an issue.
Absolutely,
it's an issue, and our fellow citizens should not have to endure this type of disrespect.
No, they shouldn't.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking today, our goal in the group is to try to bring unity But we're not doing it by lecturing or calling names or anything like that. We're trying to follow what Jesus Christ taught about building relationships, and that's a different approach.
And you may ask yourself, well, what can I do to make a difference? Well, you can do sort of the same thing that we did.
Absolutely.
And that is to make a commitment to learn more and to expand your sphere of influence. That means get out of your comfort zone, and that's what we've had to do.
And we've been rewarded for it.
And we've been rewarded immensely
Which
for
we didn't really, I don't think, expect
and you don't do something like this expecting any type of reward, but have been really, really rewarded in it. And so I would, if you want some ideas, you want to come out and talk with us, or anything like that, just give us a shout. But it's going to be intentional on your part. You're going to have to move out of your comfort zone. And anything worthwhile doing is normally a little uncomfortable to start with. And so I don't know if there's too much more we can say about this other than...
No, not really. I would just add to it that you will be rewarded. And like John said, you don't go in looking for it. But I have a group of friends/brothers now around me that if it weren't for this intentional effort, I wouldn't have. And they're some of the strongest... best brothers I've ever. I mean, they're as close as blood brothers, and that was not expected going in. I didn't go in with that as a goal, but by golly, I sure came out with it as a reward.
Yeah. Anyway, we'd love to help you along in the journey. Do anything we can if you've got any questions or anything. But I think it has to be intentional, and it's got to be something that you think is important.
Amen.
So,
all right. Well, thanks for watching again. And as always, if you like this content, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel. We're trying so hard to get up to a certain number of subscribers, and we got a little ways to go. So everyone helps, and we just appreciate you taking the time to listen.
We do.
Have a great day.
Take care. Talk to you next week.